All right, JIdeas is joining me right now. What's good, man?
What's going on?
Doing all right, man. Thank you so much for being on the show this evening. I appreciate it, man.
Oh, thanks for having me. Glad to
So,
be on.
I've been a fan of your beats for several years now. I first heard of you through a Lexington artist by the name of Will the Poet. Um,
Yep.
and yeah, I did. You was the producer for an album he did, Learn on the Fly. I think that's the name of the album, and that was a incredible album. And that was one of my favorite albums that year. I know he's under a different stage name eventually, and he'll be putting out some new music at some point next year. At least that's what I'm hearing. So,
Yep.
uh, and then I met you before. I met you maybe it was a year ago or a year before that at the Borough in Lexington,
Yes.
Kentucky. You
Yep.
was on the ones and twos for Shicey Christ, easily one of the dopest MCs in Kentucky, and I met you. Our conversation was brief, but it was cool to meet you in person. Uh, so Jay, let's get into it, man. How did you got into music? You know, being a producer. How did it start off for you?
Well, I started making beats probably like in high school around '09. I mean, messing around with FL Studio. It was back in those days. I got a cracked version off of line or not LimeWire, but one of those torrent sites, and I got it and just started messing around. I was terrible for like 3 or 4 years, and then I linked up with Russ, and we started making music, and like my sound started developing from there. Working with him, uh, we kind of developed our sound together, and then from there, I branched out to making my own solo albums, doing beat tapes, and just now I make beats about every day. So started out small, and then just continued to work.
What I appreciate about your body of work is how versatile you are as a producer. You're not one dimensional. You got beats for everybody, for any hip hop artist of any type of beat, whether it's a trap beat, a boom bap beat, a lo-fi beat. You got it. And I even use some of your beats as an intro. I think you had you was reaching out to people. You had like a mailing list for beats, and I've been using your beats as like an intro, outro
Yeah.
for the show, and I'm a satisfied um, individual when it comes to J Idea beats. So you are a talented dude, and people vouch for you, especially here in Kentucky, as a producer and a good dude. So I'm just happy to hear about all the good things you've been doing. Um, you have released two beat tapes this year. Until then, and Stay Home.
hmm
Um,
Yep.
so both of those are available on all digital music platforms. They can check that out. Um, we'll talk about the Until Then beat tape first. Obviously, talk a little bit about like how do you like figure out what beats to pick for these beat tapes? Is it depending on the mood? Is it depending on the type of beats you want to go with? Like, how do you decide which beat goes to which beat tape?
Uh, well, I mean, for me, it's really not too complicated of a process. I mean, I make beats so often that I just have a ton of them, and usually the stuff that goes on my beat tapes for like my solo albums and all that type of stuff, I'm really inspired by like Madlib and JIdeas. So usually it's like more so my weirder stuff gets put on my solo albums. It's like more obscure type beats that most people wouldn't pick to like rap to. I wouldn't imagine. I mean, maybe they would. It's like not the stuff that I usually shop out. So and that's kind of my process. And I don't really save beats for certain albums or anything like that, but I try to just kind of put them in a sequence that makes sense to me, and little intro or little segues and little skits and everything like that in between, just to kind of make it a cohesive project. But it's all really kind of random for the most part, just to be honest.
That's cool. I definitely enjoy Until Then and Stay Home. I like the vibes and everything. Um, so as we enter 2021, you got any more music in the works as far as working with artists? What does JIdeas have in store in 2021, whether it's beat tapes or you're just working with different artists?
Yeah, I've definitely got B tapes coming out for sure. Both solo. I got a couple collaborative ones I'm talking about doing. Those are kind of on the down low a little bit. As far as working with other artists, definitely with Will the Poet under his new stage name. I don't know if I'm allowed to really explain what that is yet, but also working with Indigo Bones in Louisville, or Indigo Bones from Louisville. He's really, really dope. And just finding more artists to work with too. I mean, if anybody wants to reach out and work, I mean, I'm always available.
So for people that wants to get in touch with you, as far as purchasing your beats and everything, where can people go and reach out to you?
I have a website. It's jideas.beats.one, and you can get to that website through all my social media on jideas.beats on Twitter, and then jideas on Instagram as well. And could reach out and get to the website through that way as well.
So the
But
website.
I mean, I have a whole store on my website with just beats people can buy. I mean, I'm always down to do projects too if people prefer to do that as well. So I'm pretty easy to work with. I've got plenty of options as far as beats are concerned.
That's awesome. So JIdeas got beats.one. You can go there and scroll through the beats, buy some beats. All the social media platforms is on there. All of his beat tapes is on there as well. The latest ones, Until Then and Stay